Hello friend, and welcome to the study on Jehovah's Witnesses. Here we're going to see how the Bible refutes the tenet beliefs of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you got any criticisms or any encouragement to offer, don't forget to put it in the comment section down below. Now let's go through this wonderful study on Jehovah's Witnesses. What does the Bible have to say, and what's the common beliefs among them? Well, amongst the Jehovah's Witnesses, they take a non-Trinitarian stance. What does the Bible have to say about the Lord Jehovah and the Trinity? Well, in Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, Jehovah speaks to Moses and says, I am. He describes himself as I am. In John chapter 8, verse 58, what does Jesus say about himself? Well, Jesus said unto them, before Abraham was, I am. Who is Jehovah? Jesus is Jehovah. In Acts chapter 17, verse 29, and Romans 1:20, and Colossians 2:9, we have the term Godhead used 3 times in 3 texts. What does that tell you? There is a Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. In Genesis chapter 1, verses 1-3, we read that God created, God spoke, and the Spirit worked. Who is the Word spoken? Jesus Christ, the Word made flesh. Who is God? Well, God is the Father, and you have the Spirit working. You have Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit united in the work of creation. And in Luke chapter 3, verses 21-22, there's Trinity at Jesus' baptism. Remember, Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, and when it happened, God the Father spoke and said, this is my Son, in whom I am well pleased. Then the Holy Spirit descended upon Jesus in the form of a dove, and you had Jesus, the Son of God. Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, all present in one event. Finally, we have Matthew chapter 28, verse 19, which Jesus says that we should baptize in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Trinity. Finally, in Isaiah, again, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, says that there would be a child that would be born. A son would be given. His name would be Counselor, even the Everlasting Father. Who's the Counselor? The Holy Spirit. Everlasting Father and the Son of God, a prophecy of the Son of God. Here you have in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, the Trinity. Jesus, fully God, fully man, Father, Son, Spirit, Trinity. Finally, another text or another belief is that the Holy Spirit is an active force and not a person. Is that really the case? Well, in John chapter 14 and in John chapter 16, verses 7-8, the Holy Spirit is described as a person, yes, even called the Comforter with a capital C, and described as He. So a He and a capital C Comforter as a name cannot be a force. Okay? The Holy Spirit is obviously a person, not a force. In Acts chapter 5, verse 3, we read about some fraud going on. And during that time of fraud, an individual lied to the apostle. And the apostle said, well, basically, how dare you lie against the Holy Spirit? So can you lie to a force? No, you can only lie to a person. Therefore, the New Testament tells us that the Holy Spirit clearly is a divine personage. Now, based on Isaiah chapter 43, verse 10, Jehovah's Witnesses believe the only true God is known as Jehovah, the Almighty. Not one of the thousands of the original Greek manuscripts used in translating the New Testament has the word Jehovah or Yahweh in either Hebrew or Greek letters. No scholar objects to the use of the term Jehovah in the Bible, since only the Hebrew consonants YHWH appear without vowels. Pronunciation is at best uncertain, and dogmatically to settle on Jehovah is straining at the bounds of good linguistics. And Petrus Galatinus in AD 1520 created the name Jehovah by adding the vowels of the Hebrew words Adonai, which means Lord, to these 4 consonants. Remember, the 4 consonants were YHWH. And Jesus never referred to God as Jehovah, but he prayed to the Father. And so it's really silly, I think, to hone in and focus that God's name is only Jehovah. Now, another belief they have is that God is only omnipresent, or God is not omnipresent. They believe that God is not omnipresent. What does the Bible have to say? Well, there are several texts. Psalm 139, verses 7-10, Proverbs 15, verse 3, Acts 17, verse 27, Hebrews 4:13. All of these tell us that God is in fact, Jehovah is in fact omnipresent. He's everywhere. You can't run from him. And even Jonah tried to run from God, but even God was there and got Jonah out of the whale. Now, Jesus was raised a spirit creature and materialized a fleshly body to make himself visible. This is what Jehovah's Witnesses believe. They believe that now in heaven, Jesus is again known as Michael the Archangel. This is according to their Watchtower publication from November 1st, 1995. Now, what does the Bible have to say? Is this true? Well, Hebrews chapter 3, verse 1 describes Jesus as high priest, not Michael right now. Hebrews 4:14 says that when Jesus resurrected, he went to heaven and he is now high priest. That means that after Jesus died and rose again, he ascended up on high, led captivity captive, gave gifts unto men as our high priest, not as Michael the Archangel. Now, Hebrews chapter 8, verse 1, and Mark 16, verse 19, you have the high priest, Jesus, sitting at the right hand of God. That's after his resurrection. Therefore, Jesus is not going around as an angel right now. Jesus is acting as high priest in the heavenly temple in heaven. And that's a fact. So here are a couple key doctrines that have been refuted. The Bible clearly tells us that Jehovah's Witness beliefs are not biblical. It is not the real Christian faith. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, criticize. Hey, you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. God bless you until we study again.